A long time ago, I used to work in corporate. As a sales, business development manager, or a project lead, I had to observe a very toxic phenomenon called the glorification of business. So follow my story. Back in 2019, my early career days, I was working for a huge local manufacturer where management cultivated a very dangerous mindset that said being constantly busy is a sign of success. People who were overworking and staying after 5:30 p.m., though the workday was finished by 5. They were in favor and considered as an example of a good work. That principle makes you believe that being constantly busy is a badge of honor. Having hundreds of emails, networking with colleagues, corporate events, and so on and so forth, that made me quickly realize that it was killing me inside me. I was constantly stressed, overwhelmed, burned out, and I barely had time for anything else in my life. And if the situation seems similar to yours, today I'm giving away all the tips that helped me to break this vicious circle, slow down, and bring a positive change into my life so you can do it too. For those who see me for the first time, I'm Nick, and on this channel, I talk about how to live a balanced and meaningful life through minimalism, productivity, and fitness. So if there's something that appeals to you, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. Tip number 1. Social comparison theory. This theory revolves around the concept of determining our self-worth based on what others think about us. It's time to understand that busyness doesn't equal to success. Your value isn't determined by how hectic your schedule is. And I understood that having a stuffed calendar and tons of emails didn't make me a good worker. Meanwhile, finding fulfillment and purpose in my work did. Tip number 2. What others think of us. Sometimes I caught myself having conversations that obviously wouldn't lead to anything except wasted time. Either personal or business-wise, those conversations didn't make any point at all. So my main task was to identify if the person I was talking to or trying to build a relationship with was actually the one that brings some value and good into my personal or business life. Human interaction matters, but we must question if certain behavioral patterns like being busy truly lead to success. Like, if you surround yourself with 5 people who consider being busy as a sign of success, you'll believe it too. So you must really be careful about who you choose into your circle. It's time to prioritize genuine connections over societal expectations. Your worth is not defined by external opinions, so focus on what truly matters to you. Tip number 3. Busy versus productive. Merriam-Webster dictionary defines productivity as yielding results, benefits, or profits. Being busy, meanwhile, is about time spent, not results achieved. I made a small comparison of being busy versus being productive for you, and I won't be diving into it since I will give a lot more space to productivity in my future videos. But remember one thing, efficiency leads to tangible outcomes. So prioritize quality over quantity. Tip number 4, impact on emotional health. Glorifying business can lead to overextension, negative emotions, and isolation. It's crucial to prioritize emotional well-being over a packed schedule. So here's what I started to do in order to take care of my emotional health. At first, I worked on my breath. I started to meditate. Then I started to get enough sleep and eating healthy foods. I also started to exercise regularly and spend time with my loved ones. A healthy mind leads to a fulfilled life. So take your time to self-reflect on how you can improve your emotional balance and well-being. Tip number 5. Set boundaries. I'm a Gen Z, and for my generation it's important to have a purpose while doing their job. And if for some reason you do your job for the sake of money only, which is a very common thing to be honest, and you are not passionate about going an extra mile without a purpose, you should and even must to learn how to say no. Learning to say no to excessive projects and appointments may be challenging, but it's about taking control of your time. Frankly speaking, for me, it was really difficult to learn how to say no, because it's embarrassing in that moment when you say it, but what helped me is keeping a bigger picture in mind. You just imagine how you will have a good time with your friends and family doing those things that you really like and enjoy, and saying no become a salvation for you, a really easy thing to do, so you definitely have to give it a try. Tip number 6, or the conclusion: benefits of making a change. Embracing change offers empowered physical health, peace, and more connected relationships. It's about finding joy in simplicity. Before, I was always on the go, juggling my work, my commitments, and errands, constantly pressured up and disconnected from myself and from the others. Then I consciously chose simplicity. I reduced my errands, I decluttered, and focused on what truly matters. I found peace, balance, and strengthened my relationships. So, what specifically changed? I quit working late into the night. I learned to say no, set boundaries, and leave work on time. I empowered my colleagues by delegating tasks, freed up for my priorities. I identified and eliminated unnecessary activities, made space for what truly matters. Embrace simplicity and experience the benefits of a more fulfilling, peaceful, and connected life. Less busyness, more fulfillment. Make room for what truly matters for you. And there you have it, the ways to break free from the glorification of busyness. Which tip resonated with you the most? Share in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Hit that like button and subscribe for more content about living a balanced, productive, and wealthier life. Until next time, stay badass and mindful.